Hey, everybody. Welcome to Kame House Party. I am Aaron.
And I am Vince.
And this is the universe's only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast. We are attempting to watch every iteration and episode of Dragon Ball, where we will come to these microphones to discuss what we watched and to do improv scenes of a comedic nature based on what we have seen. Can I get some sort of amen, perhaps?
Yes, and my brother. Yes, and my brother.
The Church of Del Close.
Oh, let the church say yes, and.
And the UCB4 did leave Chicago, and they did sojourn to New York.
And Her Holiness Amy Poehler gave us the UCB show in the late 90s. And Brother Besser bestowing upon us the rigor of work in the form.
Ian Holmes did betray his brother. That's not true. Someone's got to be someone's a Judas.
And let's us not forget the Ass Pennies sketch.
All right, now that everyone has literally left, thrown their phones in the trash, we can continue with the show. We're here to have a good time, talk about Dragon Ball. But before we do that, we have to do a little something called Kame housekeeping to let you listeners know and be prepared for the comedy journey ahead. And the first part of Kame housekeeping is the world famous, UN sanctioned, and Olympic Committee approved.
That's right.
1 minute roundup. Swishing sound. Swish, 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 swish.
That kind of swishing. Swish, 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 swish. 10 minutes to lights out.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What?
Oh.
What was that, Private?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just I had a bug in my throat. Major.
A bug in your throat. Is that some kind of euphemism? I will have no such euphemisms in my barracks, Private.
You're saying no metaphors or similes, sir?
None of the like, Private. I'm a literal man.
Major Literalman?
That's right. And I didn't get this title from making facsimiles, Private.
Jeez, this guy's as strict as a nun in Catholic school.
What was that?
Sorry, nothing.
Private, do you understand that nuns run the school? They are not in school.
That's your problem with that, sir?
Private.
Wait, are you talking to me? Or the other guy?
Whoever said the aside, drop and give me 20.
Sorry, sir, but 20 what? Please be more literal.
Wait a minute. Have I been hoisted by my own petard? Wait, did I just use a...
And seed.
Seed.
Oh, he's gonna have a breakdown.
Oh my God. It's gonna be like every scene of a Vietnam movie in the 70s and 80s.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Hunter. We were soldiers.
And we are done with the first part of Kame, of the 1 minute roundup, where Vince and I do an improv scene to loosen or tighten our improv muscles. No other muscles were loosened or tightened in that exercise. They stayed put, but it does get us ready for the 1 minute roundup proper, which is where one of us, this time Vince, has to summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball thus far, that we've covered at least, We are talking the whole run of the original Dragon Ball. We're talking about 174 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. And we do this as a public service to you, the listener. Maybe you haven't listened to us in a while. You don't know where we're at. Maybe you haven't listened to and or watched Dragon Ball in some time. Maybe you're new to the whole thing. I don't like... Do podcasts have autoplay now? They should. Everything else does.
I believe podcasts do have autoplay now.
Did you suddenly get recommended this at 3 a.m. because you put one on to fall asleep? Let us know. Did you wake up to us cackling?
That's the algorithm at work.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Like, where's Doughboys? Who are these guys?
From Doughboys to Showboys.
the whole gamut. But Vince, we can't talk about other podcasts. We can't keep talking about other podcasts because you have to give us the 1 minute roundup. And I have to ask you, are you ready to round up?
Yes, I am. And Aaron, here I go. Deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
You could do this.
You got it.
I got this. So Dragon Ball, you collect 7 magic mystical balls. You get to wish on anything you want. Story follows Goku. As a little boy, he goes on lots of adventures to save the world with all of his friends. He stops an evil army from using the Dragon Balls for evil. He stops an emperor from using the Dragon Balls for evil. He fights in a bunch of Tenkaichi tournaments to get stronger because getting stronger is what he likes to do. He gets so strong and so good that other people show up from space and they're like, you got to work for us. So I'm also your brother. And he's like, oh no, and then they die, and then he has to get resurrected. He comes back, and there's more bad guys from space, and they're like, oh, you're gonna have to fight us, or we're gonna take over Earth. And he's like, no. Then a bunch of his friends die. He goes to another planet called Namek and fights them. He fights the baddest dude in the universe. Comes back to Earth after hanging out with aliens. The future's in danger. He gets a heart disease. Comes back. Androids get absorbed by a bad android named Cell, and Cell has been waiting for days to fight all of these guys after they've trained a lot.
Yeah.
Oh man. I feel dizzy.
A wonderful roundup. I mean, you've traveled space and time in the span of a minute. So thank you for that roundup. And you have allowed us to move on to the next part of Kame Housekeeping, which is where we let you know that Vince and I, we watch 2 different versions of the episode. I watched the original Japanese language with English subtitles. Vince watches the English dub, the Funimation version. And we do this because it is fun to compare and contrast the differences. Sometimes they're very big, sometimes they're very small. We've never met a medium difference. we love extremes here.
That's right.
We love the X Games. Things about us. We love the X Games.
The polarization of sports, you mean?
Mm-hmm, there should be some extremely low risk sports in the X Games if we're talking about extremes. It's of both ends, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like riding a bike without training wheels. Start them young.
Yeah. Show where's the marbles world championship?
Aaron, God damn it! If we had more marbles out there in the world, you know what, Dana White, you need to diversify, right? Mixed martial arts and fighting. He's gone to just watching people slap other people. That is a sport. Geez. That is you get fight cards. I'm sure it's on a pay-per-view somewhere, but you could just watch people slap the crap out of each other. So why not, Dana White, get in on the low stakes? Rock, paper, scissors. In the
I think
Vegas
that is
sphere.
Competitive. I think Japan has I've seen videos of a large Japan competition.
Oh God. But now, you know what? Marbles. All you need is a bag of marbles and a circle. No longer the squared circle. It's the circle drawn in dirt.
everyone dresses like they're from the 1920s to compete. But it still says like Monster Energy on the back.
Oh yeah. And the it's not ring card girls, it's newsies.
This just in round 1. This is look. We're gonna start the Marble League.
Mm-hmm.
But not before we tell you that the first difference we come upon is usually the title. So Vince, can you please give us the title for this episode?
Aaron, I'd give it to you, and you don't even have to beg. Because here it comes.
Please, Hammer, give me that title.
The funny thing is, you can't see this. I am wearing parachute pants. So here's the title of this week's episode. Episode 175 of Dragon Ball Z. The games begin.
I think we might have to have a discussion.
Okay.
About the validity of that statement in relation to this episode.
I am happy to interrogate this further.
Maybe at the end. But first, I got to give you my title for the original Japanese language title for episode 175 of Dragon Ball Z is Those Who Would Challenge Cell. The curtain rises on the battle.
Okay. If we're litigating these two titles, I can definitely see a class action lawsuit coming against my title for sure. The bill of goods that it sells you as a viewer, spoiler, games don't start. But yours is like when you go to a comedy show and they raise the curtain. And then you just sit there for like 15 minutes because it's showbiz, baby. Mm-hmm. God forbid you go to a concert and it starts on time.
Just please start. If people are late, sucks for them.
Their problem. Their problem. I was responsible and I showed up to the Mega Dome on time. Mm-hmm. I fought through traffic. I got off of work early. I'm here. It's 7 p.m.
In my old age, I get so mad at events that are like, well, the start time is now. Why are we sitting here for 15 minutes?
It's a long 15 minutes.
It's like,
and it's someone who has produced live shows. You don't do it. I just start on time. SNL, it doesn't start because it's ready. It starts because it's 11:30. And we're gonna get that fiction retold for the rest of our lives, Aaron.
What? Hey, you know what'd be good? A serious drama about a show starting on time.
It's the 70s.
We did live entertainment.
Oh God.
And because we got to get to this pre-recorded entertainment. We can start the episode now, everyone.
Yeah.
I know you've been waiting. We've made you wait the customary 15 minutes. The show can now start. Because we start with, it is the day of the Cell Games. It's happening. We see Goku suiting up. Love this little sequence. Putting boots on. He's back in the classic look.
Yep.
And then the bit here is that as he's about to leave, Chi-Chi's like, hey, promise me that Goku won't fight, right? He's not going to fight? And Goku is just like, gotta go, bye.
Yeah, it's a good beat. I really enjoyed that. And the way that the full scene concludes after Goku literally runs scared away from his wife is Chi-Chi is distraught because she's like, Goku, he couldn't even promise. Like, he couldn't even lie to my face that my little baby boy wouldn't fight. Like, that is where she is. It's a nice little bit of foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're coming into the Cell games thinking that boy Gohan trained and is not going to fight on Mama's orders, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you that right now. But just the fact that Chi-Chi is just like, oh, he couldn't even fake it for me is a bad sign. Again, this is like some of the best Goku that we've gotten, right? It's we're seeing all sides of him throughout this pre-Cell games arc, and this is like that another layer of like his communication style, what he's really thinking by his absence of an answer, and poor Chi-Chi is just distraught. We can move on to the next scene now.
No, yeah, Goku he can't lie. He cannot say the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But you married an honest man, Chi-Chi. I don't know what you were thinking.
Speaking of honest men, as Goku arrives, he's like, "Where's Vegeta?" He went on ahead. That's enough. That's true to his character. Vegeta's not going to wait for anybody. He's ready.
He's in the group chat. Everyone's like trying to solidify dinner plans. He's like, I'm going here. You all can meet me there if you want. That's who Vegeta
I'm getting Shake Shack.
There, I figured it out for us.
See you in 5 minutes.
That's all the way downtown, Vegeta.
We wasted 2 days in the group chat.
Alan has a peanut allergy. We can't do Shake Shack.
Alan is weak. They also should be able to accommodate his peanut allergy.
Have a grilled cheese.
Have a grilled dog and a grilled cheese.
No gluten, bunless. There. Anything else I need to figure out for you?
Don't forget their vegan milkshake options.
Actually, that sounds good as hell.
Yo,
Vegeta, you're right. We should do Shake Shack.
Yo, Vegeta got something going on.
I'll be there in 30. Sorry. I'm too far away.
Oh, no one's going to text me their orders.
Why, so it can be cold? He wouldn't take them anyway.
He wouldn't take them.
Mm-mm. Hey, Vegeta, can you order this for me? Yeah, sure.
He gives a thumbs down to the kiosk.
Well, he wants to order from a person. makes him feel big.
Oh, and he's so short he has to look up over the counter.
He'll come down. Vegeta's gone up at the lookout. And then everyone's kind of bummed, and Goku's like, why is everyone so gloomy? What's wrong? Today's like the best day of my life. and they reveal that they're like, Goku, look. So yeah, Dragon Balls, you can bring a bunch of people back. That's all cool. But like before, if you've died and been resurrected before, you can't come back a second time.
Yeah.
And poor Dende's like very sad about it. And Goku's response in mind is just like, that's fine, we just won't die.
It's really good because this scene gives like Dende lied about his proficiency in Excel. He's like, I've only used formulas once or twice, some ifs. I can't make these complex layouts. I'm sorry, guys. And Goku's like, it's fine. We use Google Sheets.
We don't need multiple tabs.
Just fit it all in one, Dende.
What if you put a cell at row 9099 so the document's giant?
Take the work off screen, Dende. Oh God! Look, stepping back into reality. Just Google it. If you don't know how to do something in Excel, just Google it. The tutorials are so good these days. You can build whatever you want. They usually paste the code in the YouTube description.
I'm not 100% for Chat GPT or any sort of AI thing like that. But for Excel formulas, that's what it's for.
There you go.
It's a computer doing math. That's literally it.
Oh my God. It's like we forgot computers were built to do math.
They love it.
They get off on it.
These computers are coming all day doing math for you.
That span's finning up because that computer's jacking off.
If you get the little rainbow circle pinwheel, your computer's finished. It needs like 5 minutes.
That's not sand moving from that timer. Oh no.
That's an explosion of sorts.
That's that silicon, baby.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Wow.
And now we get to the main crux of the episode. We are live from the Cell games. Cell standing there waiting. What did you name this announcer again? Because
his name is Firecracker.
That's right, Firecracker. I gotta say, Firecracker sucks ass.
He's
I really
bad
hate him.
at his job.
I don't like him this episode.
No.
He's doing a bad thing. But the majority of this episode is Cell with interaction with her boy, Mr. Satan. He rolls up in the Satan mobile.
I got it. I got to give it to him. The car works.
He's got a wrapped Cybertruck that just says Satan.
Absolutely, Hercule would have a Cybertruck. Are you kidding me? Hercule would have gotten the first wide-body Cybertruck before Shaq. I'm the one who deserves a wide-body Cybertruck. Not that Shaquille O'Neal.
So many points in basketball? That's a trick.
Him being so tall. Trick.
He's two people in a trench coat.
I've seen this before.
More like Shaquille Half-Kneel.
I was there when the Lakers beat the Pistons. Shaq put all those points on the board before the game. He's a coward. He won't play me one-on-one.
I got a court in my home, and he won't even come over. Even though I won't pay for airfare.
Hell, I won't pay for air in the balls.
Yeah, we got to blow it up manually before the game.
That's what a real martial artist would do.
Then we got to weave nets.
People of Earth, let me hear you cheer for me.
Just a big goober the entire
He's
time.
such a goober. And Firecracker is, Aaron, I'm going to use a new slang term that I don't think we've used on this podcast. But Firecracker is glazing this man.
Glazing? Go on.
That is the new term for gassing someone up.
Okay.
Glazing. I believe in the early 2000s, it was that dude is on somebody's jock. And now it's glazing. So Firecracker is glazing Hercule this entire time.
So in this, I think it's good to point out how much they are aping professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
In this, because we have Mr. Satan. He comes out, and he's essentially just cutting a promo. Which is for you, those not in the wrestling know, it's just one wrestler saying, "This other wrestler sucks. Here's why." But we also have with Firecracker, Firecracker? Fireworks.
Firecracker, yep.
Firecracker. There is the tradition of the heel commentator who is always on the side of the bad guy, no matter what the bad guy does. And usually the justification is just like, well, he's being smart about it. He's using the rules to his advantage. So this is what this feels like, because it's like Hercule steps out, points at Cell, gives him a big thumbs down. And then Firecracker says, not even Cell is able to conceal his anxiety. Like, Cell didn't do anything. He didn't react.
Cell has not moved.
He's so nervous.
Even when Hercule, like you said, does his little promo, and he says, I'll give him one last chance to back out. He might think he's the champ, but he's a chump. Listen up, you bum. Calls him a bum. He's like, I know you defeated the military by playing those bombs ahead of time. And like Cell's not reacting, and Firecracker's like, see? That non-reaction means it must be true. Like stuff like that. It's just going on and on and on.
Can't even think of something to say.
No clap back.
What's the matter, Cell? No bitches? I mean, yeah, kind of. But.
Yeah, Cell, we took it off the Discord. Not so tough now.
And don't try to say you're Sigma either.
But this leads to it's very funny because it leads Hercule and Firecracker, who's now like down ringside.
There's a few things I want to get before we get to the the audacity of these men. Because I think it's so the announcer, camera person, they're off on a ledge, far away from the action. Hercule like tells him to come down so we can cut his promo. And as they run towards it, Firecracker's like, what does he call him? What does he call himself? Hold on. It's like, the most courageous announcer in the world is approaching.
He's got a few lines about, loyal viewers, this may be my last. I'd like to thank you for sending me fan mail. Like, he's just like, thank you for telling me I'm so great at my job here on ZTV.
I appreciate the chocolates. I don't appreciate some of the tones. But yeah, please, oh yeah. So after they like just are mad that Cell is not reacting, please continue.
Oh my gosh. Again, Hercule is like lightly ribbing Cell, and Firecracker's just like, oh, he's got no response. He's like, so I could do this. And then he does the eye pull and gives Cell the middle finger. Just, it's so funny. Because then Hercule's like, yeah. And it starts like just making faces and sticking his tongue out.
The two lines in mine were the announcer saying, well, let's make contemptuous faces at him.
Can we show the camera some contemptuous faces?
Give him the contemptuous face. It's Satan's like, yeah, I'll give him a good spanky.
Oh yeah, forgot he shows Cell his ass.
Just slaps his little hiney towards Cell. The crowd loves it.
The crowd does love it. I mean, you say what you want about Mr. Satan. He can work a crowd. Mm-hmm. He really can.
They want to see that butt.
He showed us his ass.
Yeah.
Best martial arts butt in the universe.
It just, again, Cell, no reaction. Yeah. And then the button to that scene is Roshi's at home having a little cappuccino, settling in for the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And to himself, it might be okay if he does get killed.
I think that's a perfect 1-to-1 for mine.
Wow.
I was worried they were going to respect Roshi too much and he would have no dialogue in that sequence. But yeah, it's great. I wish Roshi could would have been there with everybody else, but I hope we continue to get his live from home.
Mm-hmm.
Roshi doing
His
Instagram
commentary.
live.
It's your boy, Roshi.
We're living the Cell Games. No, I did not get invited.
Master, I'm the only one watching your live stream. Is it really necessary?
What do you mean? This is how we're going to record history.
Yeah, but everyone else is already kind of doing it. I'm trying to think of some famous streamers that aren't from 5 years ago, but I can't think of any right now.
Ninja, Kai Cenat.
Okay, Kai Cenat, there we go. Is Ninja still streaming?
I Show Speed.
Sonic Fox of the fighting game community. He's doing it in a fursuit. Roshi, you can't compete with that.
I've got age on my side.
That's not... For the youth? I don't know.
Shannon Sharp did it.
Who?
Oh, Turtle.
I'm a sea turtle. I live on an island. I'm literally separated.
Turtle, all I'm saying is...
Should I look her up? Also, why am I sounding like you?
It's infectious.
No, okay, there we are.
That's your voice.
All right, I'll look her up when I can. Canonically, I can't look her up right now. per the rules of our universe.
All I'll say, Turtle, is
incognito mode.
Yes, do it in Turtle. Get the VPN ready.
NordVPN, not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. But you know who's sponsoring my live stream? The World Martial Arts Tournament. That's right. I know Jackie Chun. He won.
Yeah, 15 years ago.
A chip is still a chip.
How long is Jackie Chun gonna ride that?
How long are people going to call Michael Jordan the GOAT?
Probably for fucking ever, honestly.
Look, no more views. Still just...
Yeah, I turned off my phone.
And see. Yeah, Aaron, you might maybe during the break you can Google the Shannon Sharp stuff and then you can get back to me.
Look, we don't do research, so I'll never look it up. Wink, wink.
But we have to look. There's someone else that doesn't look up, because we get from the arena. We get the Z fighters en route. Everybody's flying. Everybody's flying normal. Everybody's, arms to their side, perfectly orientated to fly. You see Goku, Trunks, Krillin, Gohan. And then you get a Piccolo shot. Piccolo is not raising his head at all. Arms folded. Fly. It's so it's so silly looking. He's so upset. And I get it. He's like, I did all this training. And Goku's just like, you're not strong enough. Vegeta comes out of the time chamber. He's gotten stronger. But, my boy is he's not ready for war. He's not hyping me up.
Who's gonna glaze me?
Yeah. Everybody's glazing this Hercule guy. What about Piccolo?
Yeah.
There's a new guardian in town.
How glaze you up, Mr. Gohan, Mr. Piccolo?
Go on, my boy.
You're the best. You're the strongest Namekian.
Oh, thanks. I won't uncross my arms, but go on, I have to say, you got that shit on. You looking good.
I don't think I can repeat those words, but thank you. Yeah, Piccolo, Piccolo looks so cool. Honestly, it was funny, but also just that's cool.
That's
Being
a cool
real
way to fly
nonchalant.
around. That's a cool way to fly around.
Magneto saw that. He's like, arms crossed. But wait, let me put a twist on it. Whoop. Standing straight up. Zero aerodynamics.
That's right. Magneto gets all of his flying tips from Dragon Ball.
They did it. They did it well.
They do it good. Yeah, put those arms away.
Because they run into Yamcha and Tien, who are also just bristling with energy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Hey, we're here. We're not going to fight, but we're here. We're going to support. Going to come out on game day." Mm-hmm. And then they just fly off of the squad.
Yeah,
and it's
good to see the Z Fighters squatted up again.
I don't think we've seen this ever, if at all.
Yeah, not with Goku in tow, because the last time the group was together, it was the waiting for Goku's arrival.
Yeah, this feels like just a group about to fuck shit up.
Yeah, this episode really giving us that feeling of an impending fight. This is the last moment of calm before all hell breaks loose. And the last moment before a commercial.
Hey, Riley.
Yeah, Andrew?
Do you want to make a podcast ad?
I do, but what would we mention?
So I think that we could probably put together an ad for a show called The Podcast Minds. There, but for the grace of pod, go we. You know, it's a podcast where we both pitch each other podcast ideas instead of doing one ourselves.
Yeah, it's a podcast pilot pitching project. Totally. We should mention that it's a comedy show, right? Where we throw out ideas like getting weirdly deep into the themes of Jumanji.
Is that one a podcast?
No. It's a podcast idea that is actually a front for me to talk to you about hyperfixations I got.
Oh, that's most of the things that you hit me with. What about instead if we just talked about all the different ways you could do a rewatch of Lost?
Now, that sounds like you just did what I did, but you said it in a positive voice.
Okay, and along the way, what if we pitched ideas like, I don't know, Epic Rap Battles of Mystery, the Lin-Manuel Miranda podcast?
Listen to the Podcast Minds. There, but for the grace of pod, go we on your podcatcher of choice on the Moonshot Network. Hi-ho!
Hi-ho! Every Friday.
They've been making faces for a solid 5 minutes.
Solid 5 minutes. The ratings must be through the roof.
He's got so many in his repertoire.
He's got tongue waggle, cheek pulling, eyebrow waggling.
I went to mime school.
Look, Mr. Satan's putting Cell in a glass box.
I put a rope around him.
That rope might turn into Cell's own noose.
Then I took a big comical whiff, and it made me faint. He smells, folks.
You heard it here first. Stinky Cell cowers in fear as Mr. Satan draws near.
I threw up a Looney Tunes type sign that just says P.U.
And I'm holding one that's got a screw and a ball next to it.
The worst thing you can call someone.
Bring back those signs.
I mean, or signs that just had a donkey. But We know.
Oh,
that
yeah.
jackass.
Yeah, come on now. There's, you know what? I blame college football because they've been doing those like weird, they call their plays with signs.
Oh, interesting.
They've been doing that for years, and it's like all anachronistic. It's like, it's Bugs Bunny, or
it's coded.
Yeah, it's all coded. So you may see
Ooh.
like a Bugs Bunny sign and Brad Pitt, or some other football coach, and the color blue.
Interesting. That has to be. I mean, like, eventually, do they have to change it every game then?
I think so. I think
Just
they
because
do.
they crack the code.
Yeah. This is one of those things when I was playing sports in high school. Teams, for football, you're supposed to send game tape to your other team. Like, it's just like what you're supposed to do, like a courtesy. But some teams would cut certain things out of their game tape,
Mhm.
and it would piss my coach off, who's like ancient. He's like, these guys, they cut things out of their game tape. I guess they don't want us to see some of their plays, I guess they got some secrets. It didn't matter that year because we went undefeated.
Hey.
But look, that was high school. That was
This is
that was
Cell
back-
Games.
yeah, this is the Cell Games. Because back at the arena, Firecracker spots something on the horizon, and that something is Vegeta arriving early. I think at this point we've got like 10 minutes before the fight's supposed to start. Firecracker goes to interview Vegeta. And look, you know how this is going to go. Vegeta just calls him insolent. Get out of my face.
Get lost and don't ever talk to me again.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And witnessing somebody flying is like a bit much for Firecracker. He goes, did he just fly? And Hercules like, must be one of Cell's tricks. Then 18 arrives, or Android 16 arrives.
Before that, in mine, I just want the Firecracker's statement after being rejected by Vegeta. He says, he's nothing more than a slightly crazy person. And his hairstyle is strange, too. Like, what are
Good
these
barbs. Good barbs. Firecracker's a terrible person, but look, he got the job for a reason.
You, sir, are off kilter.
Android 16 arrives. My favorite thing about this is 16 has a Capsule Corp sticker placed over his Red Ribbon sticker.
No time for the full decal. They just had to find one, a sticker that was laying around.
Because he also flies in. Firecrackers, it's like, he's starting to get more suspicious. And I think Cell says something to 16. Like, oh, 16. It seems you've been repaired. And Firecracker's like, who is that man? Seems to be familiar with Cell. And Mr. Satan, without missing a beat, who cares? You can tell by his outfit he's a nobody.
Damn, by his armor?
By his cool armor?
Well, he's not sponsored by Capsule Corp. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
I've been trying to get them for years, and this guy gets it.
Been sending him emails.
I keep trying to have dinner with Professor Briefs.
Oh, but God, this is good because Goku and the others arrive, Aaron.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
Like fighter jets.
Like the Blue Angels. That's literally what I wrote in my notes.
The trails, the aura, and of course Goku lands and the boys are on camera. Chi-Chi sees it, has a literal spaz session. carrying the TV around the room, praying that her baby boy Gohan doesn't have to fight. Oh no, my poor Gohan. Why won't you just run away? Your mother wants you to run.
Throws the TV into the floor.
Yup.
So like I don't know if we mentioned this, but there is a big group. What we keep cutting back to is a large group of people in a Times Square equivalent watching the Cell games. And everyone there is just like, hey, they're blocking Mr. Satan. We can't see him.
I think the one line I got from one of them is, who are those guys? They're going to get in Mr. Satan's way.
They flew in.
Nobody's
flew
like,
in.
These dudes all can fly. Firecracker does say, like, this many people can fly? And Mr. Satan just goes, it must be a popular trick, that's all.
Yeah.
There must be a discount on this at the Magic Castle, that's all.
I never go. I just want a meal. I don't need illusions.
They're all fakes. All the magicians at the Magic Castle.
Is that just it? He's like, I just want magic to be real. I bought the little cup and ball trick when I was a little Hercule. And I thought, all right, time to learn me some spells. And it's just foam ball. It's just, there's a hole in it.
You squish one of the balls.
I'm like, I'm not learning palmistry.
Sleight of hand, hock patooey.
I said hock patooey.
I don't want to step on her territory.
She's very litigious. But just this is one of the things that drove me crazy about Dragon Ball when this first came on Toonami and like watching this arc, because I got so mad, even though it's supposed to be a joke, and now I'm much more calm about it. But when I was younger, I was just like, why can't this guy see? Why can't everyone see? They're flying. They're so strong.
Why won't they come to reason?
It was really that. I couldn't, my little big teenage brain just could not handle it. It frustrated me so much.
Back in the days where we could all live in our fictional realities for long enough to get angry. But you're right. Yeah. At what point, and maybe Firecracker will get there where he's just like, you know what, Mr. Satan? You keep saying these are all fake, but we've seen this, and this. And then I can't wait to watch the big man sweat. Oh.
He's already like rethinking things. Like, I didn't think anybody would show.
Yeah, he literally didn't think anybody would show up other than him because he's the strongest and Cell is the most feared. But while the others land, 16 approaches, and Krillin is right there to say, "Hey, 16, looking good." Goku's like, "Hey, I'm Goku." 16 is like, "I know your name. I was programmed to destroy you, though I've chosen not to."
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
In mine, he's just like, "Do not forget, I was programmed to kill you." And just leaves it at that.
Oh, it just leaves it at that.
Mm-hmm. It's like, it's hard to get over programming.
It really is.
I like how 16's face, like, he's smiling, talking to like Krillin and Gohan. It's a little off-putting. Again, much like how when the Terminator smiles in T2, Judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And then like immediately like frown when he sees Goku.
And Goku's just like, "Oh, this guy's got quite the personality, huh?"
Where'd you find this one, Krillin?
Hey, Krillin, is this your girlfriend's brother?
Yeah. We broke up. This was only technically like 2 weeks ago. It's fresh.
Good Lord. Krillin's been through a lot.
I broke up and fell in love in like the same day.
Krillin, take a break.
Focus on yourself.
Oh, Krillin.
I spent time babysitting Dente and Gohan because you left to have a kid. Oh, I think. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Now I'm like, it's like we didn't talk about how Goku's like, yeah, Gohan, stay up in the lookout.
Yeah.
No reason.
That clever. Goku got one over on me.
Because that was my thing of just like, Chi-Chi's not gonna let Gohan just hang out
Yeah.
with some young man she hasn't met, and she hasn't met his parents.
There's no way. Not even a phone call for Popo?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. But now we know.
Well, now we know now.
Oh. Goku definitely would never pull a Shannon Sharp.
How surprised am I gonna be?
I think you'll be pretty
right.
surprised.
Delighted, even.
It'll tickle your funny bone. And then when you also find out like the internet's reaction to it, I think you'll like question some things about media personalities.
Okay.
But speaking of those,
did you? I think the last bit for Mr. Satan is him sort of talking to himself. It's very quick. He's just like, "Oh man, no one's paying attention to me."
Yep. He's, what about me? I'm a look at me kind of guy.
I'm a pick me girl.
And because of that, he starts to get frustrated with all these new guys showing up. And the fact that Goku's like, if it doesn't matter to anybody else, I'll go first. Obviously, Satan's like, I was in line first. And he protests, and Krillin calls him a greaseball. And that sends Mr. Satan
borderline
over the edge.
Krillin
Sends him over the edge. And this is Mr. Satan's English freakout. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I forgot. You ignorant hicks have spent your whole lives playing banjo in the woods. You don't realize I, Hercule Satan, am the martial arts champion of the world.
Playing banjo in the woods.
Playing banjo in the woods?
Look at you guys with your dyed hair and matching geese and being green and having 3 eyes. Hicks.
Bunch of West Virginians if I ever saw them.
Have a pepperoni roll and get the fuck out of here. I mean, they are delicious.
Listen up, moonshiners.
Jesus.
I know. I'll stop. Satan just brings it out of me.
Look, Krillin calls him a greaseball.
He does.
But yeah, it's the whole, just like, his whole thing is like, oh, here's how I justify it. They've never heard of me. That's why they're acting like this. Let me show you what I got. And then he says, like, free of charge, I'll let you know who I am. He pulls I've almost said giant rock, a medium-sized. We don't have medium-sized differences, but he finds a medium-sized rock.
Rock the size of your head.
My guma. And just like, it takes him a second, but he crushes it or breaks it in half. Something.
It looks like he just like breaks it over his head.
It's every Z fighter who watches this, they have a look that's not impressed or scared. It's just they're bewildered.
Yes.
Except for Krillin, who has no time for this.
Yeah, Krillin is just like, ugh. Krillin's like, I'm the only one of these folks that have been watching TV.
I've seen this guy fight.
I'm sorry. I have a very cute cat.
That's fine.
Got a
She heard us
studio
talking about
cat.
Satan.
Mm-hmm. And she is a black cat.
Mm-hmm.
Her hour of power draws near.
Like, my real dad.
oh, that hurts.
I mean, look, you're the father that stepped up.
Oh man! And speaking, stepping up is one of the things that Hercule
The
wants to do, right?
streets.
Hercule. Don't open this. Don't open this can. It's been a while, but I'm begging for an excuse to watch this Step Up catalog of films.
Okay, what was I saying to him?
But Mr. Satan is like, I'm going to go first. I'm the champion. And Krillin's just like, and I like this insult. I thought it was a good one because he kind of asides to Goku. Says, hey, Goku, maybe we should let this Neanderthal nerd ball go first.
Neanderthal nerdball.
My notes, I said, craned him.
Neanderthal nerd. Wow.
Yeah. Getting it on both. You're dumb like a proto-human, but also a nerd. Encapsulated in a ball. And that may be referencing his afro.
Which is it's not as I guess it's a little off-formed, I feel like, from what we've seen before. I think he had a fuller one, and this one sort of shows that the male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
It's
giving late 90s like Jerry curl fro, but like the only person that would have that is an old man in the late 90s. So it's patchy, baby.
It's all that testosterone.
Yeah. That's what he says as he walks into the barber. I got too much testosterone. I'm too much of a man out here. I'm in these streets. I may be 50, but I'm hitting the club. That's why I need a lineup ASAP. Got this honey on my two-way.
No notes. Perfect. But that is the end of the episode. We get just a shot of everyone where they're at. I think the one that stood out was that Chi-Chi is still watching while the Ox King is patching up the floor poorly.
Did you get because overall this, I get a lengthy narrator kind of outro for the episode. And I thought it was pretty good. If I may, I'll get right into it.
Go ahead.
The buzzer has sounded, and the time for waiting has come to a close. But who will be victorious? Will it be our hero, the strangely confident Goku, or has Vegeta finally become the strongest of all? There's always Piccolo, now that he's reunited with Kame. Will Yamcha and Tien decide to fight? Or could Trunks fulfill the goal to save the future? Don't forget about Gohan and Krillin. The biggest battle ever in the history of Dragon Ball Z is about to begin, so don't miss the next exciting episode. Non-stop action is guaranteed. And yet the question remains, will our heroes come out on top and defeat the mighty Cell? Or will it be the end of Earth as we know it? The pressure is on, Goku and the Z fighters, to save mankind.
Wow, that's so long.
It's so long. But my favorite is there's always Piccolo.
There is always Piccolo.
Piccolo's always he's always in the mix.
I like the underselling of Gohan. Like, don't forget Gohan and Krillin. It could be either one of them.
They're equals.
They're the same. They're the same character, essentially.
But the biggest battle in Dragon Ball Z history is about to begin.
So it did not. So literally, the announcer did not say it began.
Yeah, we got to go back to this title. And,
oh my God, he admitted.
We can look. I'm seeking representation for this class action lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take it to Toei.
Look, I was on a date, and the only reason she wanted to come back to my place is I said, "Look, let's watch this episode of Dragon Ball. The Cell games are going to begin." And then 20 minutes later, she's out the door. I need compensation.
I took the over that the Cell games would begin on this episode, and now I'm in the hole $5,000. I need representation.
You know, that feels like it's on you from the Wikipedia standpoint. Just taking an extra 2 seconds.
All that dialogue, and then at the very end, it's just like, and yet the question remains. Well, we know the stakes.
Don't forget Hercule. Maybe. Does he have any tricks of his own?
How many tricks can Hercule Satan point out?
Ooh, Firecracker, get on the side of the Z fighters.
Oh, because with that, like, if I just had what you got, I wouldn't be assuming that the next episode is going to disappoint me because there's not going to be nonstop action. It's guaranteed.
The announcer did speak during that whole thing, but I don't know if it was that much. If he went into specifics like that,
we made it.
We did it. We're right at the cusp.
Mm-hmm. We're at the 0 hour.
Mm-hmm. But we do have some listener emails to tide us over. So we have an email from Zoo in reference to episode 149 of the podcast. So way back in Dragon Ball regular. And Zoo writes, so you guys were just talking about if Goku should be disqualified for Kame interfering in the Piccolo fight. I'm so disappointed, guys. I don't think the rules have a clause for an act of God, divine intervention, etc. I mean, if Hiro/Shin intervened, that would be bullshit. Sincerely, Zoo.
Okay. All right.
Fine.
Zoo got us. Zoo got me.
Oh my God, we admit it.
But yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. Acts of God, they're in your insurance policy clauses. Look them up.
Yep, I was a victim of that a few months ago.
Make sure acts of God are in your insurance policy now.
Yeah. Can't say nature.
No. Because nature implies a lack of intelligent design in the chaos that befalls us.
Mm-hmm.
An act of God is like, well, we can just see that God has a plan, and this was part of the plan.
His plan is that I needed a new car and a higher car payment. It's all going according to plan.
Oh, according to God's economic policy.
God wanted me to stimulate the economy.
But we have, Zoo, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I hope we don't disappoint you anymore.
Yeah.
You're so far away from us right now in your viewing.
I'm excited for you to hear this response in a few years. And then we have an email from Master Researcher Nick entitled Dragon Ball Cosmology. So they write, Secondly, okay. So they write, in case there's confusion for Dende's patch for Shenron, Shenron can grant 3 wishes, but the multiple resurrection wish counts as 2. What further confused me when I was younger was that there will be a point where they dismiss Shenron early after bringing back multiple people. But then they say the Dragon Balls need to recharge for 4 months, when you think it'd be 8 months because of multi-res, but whatever. Lastly, there was some confusion on how Goku could teleport from Earth to King Kai's planet if he's crossing into a different dimension. Also, by the way, King Kai being able to teach Goku instant transmission is a dubism. Oh.
Ooh.
They added lore. Well, it just so happens that the map of the Dragon Ball's world, Heavenly Realm, does exist, like the M&Ms and Santa Claus. So I am going to send you this link in the privacy chat so you can also watch it.
I'm looking along.
So what we see is that this is complicated, actually.
Hold on.
So there's a big sphere.
Give me 1 sec.
Keep holding. Hold. This is almost flat Earth.
It's very close. You're not wrong, dude.
It is a big ball. So Earth and the sun, no other planet, is in a big sphere. And below us is actually the Heavenly Realm. Hey,
right.
Wonderful. With
it's nuts.
The mortal. Wait, why is the mortal universe under Earth? No, that's heaven. What did
I think the entire sphere represents the entire mortal universe.
Mm-hmm.
We see Earth and the sun. I think this is just like, hey, this is just to contextualize it for your little human brain. We'll put Earth at the center, just like in every map, the United States is in the center. Like if you went to New Namek and did this map, New Namek and New Namek Sun would be in the center. On this map, Earth and King Kai's planet is still within the mortal sphere. Above, wait,
is the whole thing the mortal sphere? This is
now I've confused myself.
This is I shut it down.
Shut it down.
Honestly,
pull it down.
Honestly, yeah, take it. This is not getting solved by me, at least.
I think the layers of the sphere, like there's let's just take the Milky Way galaxy.
Okay.
That's a layer.
Please.
That's the mortal realm. Okay?
Okay.
Above that is where the lookout is. The lookout is like just above that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Though it is placed on Earth, I think it has more heavenly dimensionality to it. That's why it's impossible to fly there on a plane without knowing where you're going or without Kami's say so.
Okay.
Right? Below that, below the Milky Way galaxy is where we get into the spirit world or other world. So that is like another dimensional barrier.
Another dimension?
Another dimension. The first layer of that dimensional barrier is where the clouds are. That is like the check-in zone.
Okay.
That's like the pearly gates area. Or I think you could say limbo.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how you get to Snake Way and all that. Below that is then hell. But then the map says mortal universe. So
is it saying that this entire sphere is the mortal universe?
It must be, because what's orbiting the mortal universe is the Kaioshin world.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where Kaioshin, the one that's above King Kai, who rules the entire universe, resides.
Okay. I think that might have been what's throwing me off.
Right.
But it does seem like, all right, the whole sphere is the mortal universe. But what's beyond this?
So I think beyond that, the Mai Kai area that's outlined must be where you go. Let's say if you die twice, like if you've been resurrected from hell or like the Snake Way area, from that limbo zone, then you would exist outside of the universe and thus outside of the reach of the dragon's power, but not technically outside the reach of Kaioshin. So Shin, or those Kai, the Supreme Kai, want to bring you back. I guess they could from that realm. We're asking a lot. Like this map asks a lot of us to understand. And it's not Nick's fault. Nick provided this.
No,
we're uneducated swine.
Yeah, they're the messenger. This is created by someone else. We need. I'm sure there's a video
there's got to be a video series. I might direct us to Masako X. If you've never watched a Masako X video, Masako X, keep doing what you're doing, making great content out there. There probably is some stuff that's explored in the expanded Dragon Ball universe, like Kakume and some of the alternate manga that people are doing over on Mondo Cool. So that's another plug for side loading Dragon Ball content. If you're into doing research, which we are not, I do that just to hear stories I like over and over again. But this is more helpful than it is detrimental.
Yes. And we're going to helpfully end the podcast here. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. We really appreciate it. If you want to reach out to us, like Nick and Zoo, you can write to us at kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. We're on social media sometimes. Kame House Party. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/KameHouseParty. We stream a variety of games and have a variety of fun. We're on Patreon. If you want to support us financially, that's the best way.
And thank you to our patrons who are supporting us and keeping the lights on. Another huge thank you to our sponsor, Tokyo Treat. If you don't know, Tokyo Treat is the pop Japanese snack subscription service that you didn't know you needed. It's just chock full of delicious snacks, and you can get discounts by using promo code KAME, KAME at checkout. Get $5 off your first box. It's good stuff. There's not a lot of bad, and you get 20 snacks. The senbei crackers in the tsukimi box are wonderful. They're so good.
Then, we are part of the Moonshot Network, a wonderful podcast network. We're very happy to be a part of what they're doing over there. They also stream twitch.tv/Moonshot Network.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I did it. Check out their
website, moonshotpods.com.
But I think that's it. I think we're ready to get out of here.
All right.
So can we last a whole week before the Cell games?
I don't know. I really need the Cell games to hurry up and get here. Because whether you're making faces at Cell or your Piccolo flying dope as hell, you gotta keep fighting. It's all a trick.
They don't really podcast.
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Get 'em.